Hi guys, thank you so much for joining us. Bear with me for just one moment. I'm sending out the link. Should give us a second to open. Thank you so much for joining us again for another episode of The Black Table. Our host, unfortunately, the last time I spoke with him, he was taking a flight, or he was catching a flight from Puerto Rico to get in, so he's running a bit behind. So I'm here to co-host, or your co-host rather, is going to be hosting for the night for just a bit. And our special guest just came in, so I'm going to give you guys just a minute before I introduce our guest and bring him up. Thank you guys so much for joining. Pat Frazier will do that in just a moment. Eduardo, hold off on the request to join. I'm letting a few more people come in before I introduce our guest for the night. And if you guys want to come up and have a conversation with him, we are totally open to that. But give us just a few minutes, guys. I'm waiting on some more of you guys to join into the live so that I don't have to read this too many times. We're going to give it just a minute, because I do want to introduce this man properly. He is an amazing man, and I am so happy that he could join us tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and read his intro, because it looks like there's quite a few of you in here. Our special guest tonight on the Black Table is D-Lay. You can also, I'm going to give you his website and a little bit of information and background on him, and then I'm going to bring him up. But D-Lay is one of the nation's most sought after comics. He was the winner of the 2004 Vegas Star Search and has since appeared on HBO's Def Comedy Jam, Showtime, BET's Comic View, and Kevin Hart's Laughing Out Loud Network. On top of touring colleges and universities, he's also embarked on military tours in Iraq, Afghanistan, Korea, Japan, and Bahrain, consistently headlining sold-out shows around the country. D-Lay's materials are sets that extend from his destitute beginnings to the experiences that have made him the man he is today. Transparent, raw, and uncut, guys, D-Lay leaves nothing on this, leaves it all on the stage, excuse me. No questions, no secrets, no lies. This man is a master of his craft, bringing his audiences to their feet after every show. He is a comedian and an entrepreneur, and I do want to pause and say thank you so much for serving to anyone that has had tours in Iraq, Afghanistan, or serves in our military at this time. We appreciate you, we love you, and we honor you for that reason alone, in addition to everything else that you have done that makes you great. D-Lay has solidified his hashtags that lead his brand's Take It In. So Take It In is one of his hashtags for his brand. Make America Green Again. I love that one. I'm Glad You Asked. That's another hashtag. And the collaboration, Did You Miss Me? And these are hashtags that go into his merchandise bonanza, all of which are available on his website, www.itsdlay.com. That's ITSDLAI.com. And you guys can also purchase his work there. He has a wonderful book out, which I intend to get a copy of myself. I hope you all go grab a copy of that and help make it into a bestseller, because the man is just amazing. Thank you so much, Nico. We're introducing our guest. Give me just one moment, guys. I want to give you a little bit more background. I know you're excited to get started, but we're going to bring him up in just a moment. So let's see what else we have here. D-Lay is more than just funny. He is a stealth comedian, a prevalent entrepreneur, a motivational speaker, and God knows the world could use a lot of those right now with the level of depression and things that we all go through. He is a spokesperson. He is an author and a developer of film and television projects. He is a multi-layered talent, and he is definitely one to watch. So D-Lay, if you're in here with us, feel free to send me a request to come up, and I will grab you. I'm sure he'll be ready in just a moment, guys. I'm going to look at some of the chat comments. Good evening, Walker Connecto. Good evening, Gilmar. I am so sorry, guys. I do not speak Spanish. I see quite a few of you in here speaking Spanish. Bear with me. And again, our host is not here right at the moment because he had to catch a flight from Puerto Rico, and I think he's having a little bit of issue. We also just had a hurricane come. A lot of people, there are over 600,000 people that are without power this evening because of Hurricane Ida, which just blew through the southern states, including Louisiana and Mississippi and a lot of states. There's over 600,000 people that don't have power. So thank you guys for being patient with us. And there he is, the man of the hour, D-Lay. Thank you so much for coming. Hi.
How you doing, Mia?
I'm good. You see, I changed my hair for you. I had to get dressed up for you guys.
I like it, Mia. I like
Yes.
that.
This is one of my favorite comedians, guys. If you don't know this man, you need to go to his website, read his bio. It is all listed there. I actually printed it off because it was so much good information. I did not know you had served in Afghanistan and Iraq. I did not know you were in the military. So thank you so much. Like, I
Yes.
think that should
Yeah.
be the foremost thing, because that's putting your life in danger for us, those of us that are here. And we love you and we appreciate you for that.
Now,
So,
Mia, when I went over and I served in Afghanistan and those, I wasn't in the military then. I was performing, but I definitely served in the military.
but you were
When I went
still
over there,
there. And I was going to say, morale is important.
yes,
And there
absolutely,
is so
absolutely.
much. Yes. And I know so many people, because my dad was a veteran. He
Mm,
went to, oh gosh, he's in his 70s now. I think it was Vietnam. He's a Vietnam vet. And he said
yeah,
over there, the most important thing was with the things that they see, the violence and whatnot, it was important to have a moment to relax. And so the entertainment was a very big thing to keep people human and sane there. So
true.
still, thank you for serving, because you did something to help keep people's minds stable in a time where people are literally losing everything,
Right.
including their lives.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
yeah, somebody in the chat said, hoo-ha, big bro delay.
What's up to all my folks, the D lights, all the folks in there? I see y'all. I see y'all. They following. They gonna make sure they follow me.
Absolutely. You guys better follow him, and you need to go pick up a copy of his book. I'm going to keep pushing that, because if I can get a copy, y'all can get a copy. If you can buy cigarettes, if you can buy liquor, if you can go get a movie ticket, you can buy a book to
I like
support
this
your
one.
brother.
I like this woman. I just like it.
Well, I absolutely love you, and that's why I had to have you on the show. Like, I was going to bother you and pester you until you came in.
I know. I was like, she's not stopping until she get her yes.
Yes.
Just persistent.
Yes, because I've always wanted to go to his shows, guys, but I live in the deep South, and I know you're going to tell me I need to move. I am going to at some point. I promise. I am. I'm just trying to get published myself first, because I want to get my children's book out there for childhood depression and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I promise you, as soon as I do, I'm going to move. I just have to think about the
You
people.
have to move. You're too big for that little place.
That's
No disrespect
exactly.
to that place. It's just you've outgrown it.
That's exactly what my cousin said. My cousin Julian, he actually died from COVID when it first came out, but he used to tell me all the time, you need to move to New York. He was like, why are you in the backwoods of Mississippi?
Yeah. So. What are you doing in Mississippi? Yeah. Get out of there.
I'm coming, babe. I'm coming.
Yes. Yes.
I promise you, you will be one of the first people I tell when I travel upstate.
Please, come on down. Please, come on. You got to get out of there.
I don't want to bring up guests just yet, guys. I want to give Delay a chance to answer some of the questions. If you guys have any, post them in the chat. But I will definitely give you guys a chance to come up. If you want me to bring them up, I will. But if there's anything that you want to address first, then I will definitely.
I'm going with the flow. However you throw them in there, we're gonna flow with it.
Well, we are bringing up, who is this? Coco Bang and Santosh Patel. I am giving them both a space up here. Let's see if they come up.
Coco Bang.
Those are some names. I think that's Santosh. Hey, and oh, you're so dark. We can't really see you. Whoever that is on the right. We lost one, but hopefully someone else will come up. Hi, Massachusetts. Lindsay Ray is with us from Massachusetts. Do you guys have any questions for Delay? Because if not, I'm going to start with mine. And I like to talk. So I'm trying to give everybody else a chance first.
What's up, coffee time? I see you.
Hey, guys. So if you're not going to say anything, we brought you up so that you could ask the guest questions. But if you're not, then open the space up so that someone can ask, and just come back when you're ready. Because I know this is kind of a nerve-wracking thing. I'm an introvert. I know you can't tell by talking to me, but I am an introvert. So I get it. People get scared. Somebody said, hey, Delay, that's her transformed. So yeah, guys. Let's see. As a journalist, someone did ask a question. The Savvy Millennial says, as a journalist, what's one thing you don't like to be approached with? Like, I guess something that really bothers you when people come up to you and approach you about it.
Outing. Well, it's I think the timing. Outings with my kids when I'm with my sons. Those outings, and I'm never rude to anybody, but outings with my kids where I'm just trying to do something like cool and just sacred with us. Those moments are sacred. So anything interrupting that is just, I don't ever snap back, but it's just,
Yeah. Like, who wants to be bothered when they're out with their family? Like, at some points, it's okay to snap pictures, be paparazzi, get excited to see someone, but let people have their family time. People still have lives. People still have personal space. And that gets interrupted a lot when you're a celebrity, because I've seen it so many times. And
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, okay, it was okay at the beginning, but 10 years later and it's still happening, you get tired and you just want to be human. He's a human being, guys. That's what he's trying to tell you. He just wants his family time sometimes. So that would answer that one. I'm sorry, Sharice. I don't really know how to make it less fuzzy, but guys, I'm in the middle of the backwoods, in the middle
Mississippi. First of all,
am.
let's just talk about that. She's in Mississippi, okay? So the Wi-Fi connection is not going to be the same. It's going to be everywhere else.
He's going to tell everybody that about me.
Listen, everybody's on
I'm
one.
so ashamed.
Everybody's on one network in the whole city. Everybody's on the same network. You know how one household usually have a network? The whole city is on the same damn network. So please bear with her. I understand. I understand. We're gonna see, you gotta get your ass out of the SIP.
I promise. I'm going to, babe. I promise. Guys, he's gonna get on me about this until I tell him I'm in another state. But that is why it gets fuzzy, because our Wi-Fi is bad, and then we're going through Hurricane Ida too.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Are you okay? Everything okay with the family? And
it is right now. We're not catching a lot of the rain, but I had to drop someone off earlier, about 2 hours from here in Jackson, and I'm telling you, it was coming down. And so I'm like, and that was earlier before it was even slated to hit. Every store had closed. Walmart had wrapped all the gas stations, so you couldn't even get gas. They're taking this really seriously, and they say when the IHOP closes, it's time to move. IHOP is closed.
Yeah, if they close down IHOP, come on now. IHOP stay open for everything. Yeah, so I pray that you guys are safe and everybody remains safe.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope there are no casualties in this one, because some people refused to evacuate the evacuation areas, and they were like, this is a beast. We are losing roofs. They told people get an axe beforehand or something to chop your way out if you get stuck in the attic, because the water rose so fast that, like I said, over 600,000 people within the time it took me to drive back home, they said had lost power. And this is not over with. This is going to go into tomorrow.
Wow.
So yes. Now you see why I said we need comedy? Because there's so much in the world to stress the hell out of us.
Absolutely.
People like you, I greatly appreciate. Like I said, you just are a light in this world. And every time I see you on live, if I'm able to, I just want to come on and just see what you're talking about so I can smile. Like,
thank you, Mia. Thank you. I really appreciate you.
And let me see what they're saying in chat. Somebody said, be careful. Believe me, we are. If things get bad, I promise you I will go get at a hotel or do something. But right now we're okay. The power's on, and I do have a generator. So
good.
Sharice is talking to you, D. She says D knows how to spell it. Mississippi.
Yes.
It's the M-I crooked letter.
M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I. Yes.
It's the crooked letter state. If you ever watched P-Valley, you know all about the crooked letter state. Like, I cannot believe there was an entire show dedicated
P-Valley,
to
the mayor of P-Valley.
Yes. So regardless of what people think, there are actually people in Mississippi that are completely normal. Because when you think about the backwoods, sometimes I'm ashamed to tell people I'm from here, because they automatically assume that everybody is weird. We are, I hate to say it like this, but there's a lot of kissing cousins going on. I'm trying to say it nicely now.
I know it. Listen, I know it's easy to have sex with your second cousin. I know it's easy. It's just, I mean, they're right there. I could imagine it being like that. I mean, because y'all right there in that little, congregating in the same area. You gotta go out the city. You gotta get out the city limits to get some safe company.
Yes.
To be honest with you, like, if you really want it safe, you gotta get out of there.
Yes.
All the way out of there. Caribbean baddie.
Right. Can you see the comments?
Yes.
Oh,
yes, and I'm a spelling bee champ. I was the 5th grade spelling bee champ, and I still hold that title, and that's just how it goes. So yes, absolutely, I was a spelling bee champ.
I'm just says New Orleans is out of power. If you're in New Orleans, I really hope and pray that you guys get power back and it's not out like it was with Katrina for like a week, because that's a long time to be without power. There were literally, and I took calls at that point for the Orange and Rockland Power Company. And people were literally calling in, threatening to climb the power lines because they were so upset. I actually had one call that was really creepy. This little girl was, the mother called us fussing about when we were going to have the power back on. This was back during Katrina. And her daughter was sitting in the back of the car crying because I could hear her. And she was like, Mommy, no. And she was like screaming at me like, I'm going to go climb the power line and get it back on she was cursing and everything. And I'm like, ma'am, please do not do that. You will kill yourself. And her daughter was crying and screaming like, Mommy, no, please don't do that. And it was so disturbing. So if you think about back in the 1800s and the early 1900s, before everybody had electricity, people were functional then, but you do that to us nowadays, and it's like we don't know how to function anymore. We don't know how to live.
And somebody said you got water on your camera. Man, what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? She got water on her damn camera.
Guys, I'm in Mississippi. That is the excuse I'm gonna use.
She's in Mississippi, y'all. She got
And in
water.
all fairness, if my host were here, instead of leaving everything to his co-host, it would be clearer because he's in the city. I'm in the country, guys. I promise you I'm going to move. So just stick with me and don't give up on me, okay? I'm trying.
Don't give up on her. Don't give up on her.
I'm a really nice person. I promise.
She is a sweetheart, y'all. Please give her Wi-Fi a break. She is a sweetheart. Don't.
Yes, I'm trying, guys. I'm sorry, but I love your audience so much. They're not going to do anything else. They're going to roast you into the ground. They're going to roast you.
Go in. Oh, they will go in. They will go in.
Hang on, okay. I thought somebody was trying to join again. But Satosh, if you are not coming up to talk to the guest, I'm only bringing up people who want to ask questions and interact. We can't just have you showing your camera love. I love you guys, and I don't ever want you to feel we're trying to disrespect you. We are not, but we want you to interact with our guests. Remember, this is a talk show, and we want to talk about what matters to him, what matters to you, things that can help you. So I want to ask a question. Well, wait, I think somebody asked a question in chat again. Delay, are you doing any college tours or hell nah? That's what they said.
Am I doing? I didn't see that.
And thank you, L, Caribbean Body.
I won't be, not this year. I won't be doing any shows this year. I've got a show coming up November 7th in South Carolina, and it's kind of like my return back to the stage. But not this year. Maybe in 2022 for some of the homecomings. But you know, they used to book me for the homecomings when I was you know, doing the colleges. Yeah. But yeah, I'm open to hitting some colleges in 2022. I'm open to that.
Hear that? He said 2022. He coming back.
Yeah, 2022. I'm all listen. Mia,
yeah, he says 2020 and 2021. They were hard years for us all.
Oh, 2022. Oh gosh, I can't.
Lord, I really hope it is better. I really do.
I'm busting loose. I am busting loose in 2022. I'm excited about it.
And I tell you what, by 2022, hopefully I will be moved.
You got to listen, you got to get out of there.
Okay, I'm going to call you and be like,
okay.
I'm moving. Help me. I'm having a panic attack.
Yes, I got you. I got you.
Okay. You better. I'm going to hold you to that. Hey, Anita. B-E-T, bet. Oh, he's saying bet. I'm going to talk to TXST. What is that? I don't even know what that means.
Wait a minute, I'm behind. Wait a minute. Sharice said he doesn't have to do shows anymore. He's loaded.
Yeah, she like, you could take a break from show business. You got what you wanted. But you know,
oh my gosh.
I was going to say, on a serious note, people talk about the difference between fame and fortune. There's a huge difference. You want financial stability because money is a tool that can be used to help take care of you, let you spend more time with your family and all of that. But but the fame part of it, everybody doesn't necessarily want that because, again, it comes with everybody being up in your face. You lose your privacy. Everybody's gossiping about you. And God help you if you read internet comments. Don't do it.
Yeah, I try to stay away from, like, I try to stay away. You're going to read some of it, but I don't jump in and just kind of dive in. I just kind of read about it. And most of my comments, I mean, you're going to have somebody that ain't going to like some shit that you're doing, period.
Yeah, you can't please everybody.
Right. Mm-hmm. They're going to that. So like, I don't indulge in it like that. Like I don't, because if you get wrapped up in what you're doing and get so focused on what you're doing, you can't even hear that other shit.
Yeah. That is
and if you keep doing what you do need to be doing, you'll keep rising. And the higher you get, the least of the shit that you'll hear because you're floating too high.
Yeah. In other words, stay focused, have a goal, and accomplish that, and don't let anybody bring you down with their negativity. They either rise to your level or they sit on the ground, but you don't get in the mud with people because they'll use that against you too. Even if you are defending yourself, everybody will take that little clip and they will put it out there just to be ugly, because there's nothing. And my dad used to say this a lot, and I'm a preacher's daughter. He said, there's nothing this world likes more as far as watching you rise than watching you fall. You have to be careful.
Caribbean Batty wants to know if I'm coming to Canada, if it isn't too COVID-y.
If it isn't too COVID-y.
If it ain't too COVID-y. I'll probably swing through Canada if it ain't too COVID-y. Yeah, Canada's probably a spot out here. Canada.
So yeah.
I think Batty, Caribbean Batty is my only. You're the only fan that I have in Canada. I have no other. You're the only one. I've got
well, then you're gonna have to change that, sir. You need to branch out, expand your horizons.
You're right.
People need to know you exist.
Or she could start sharing this shit in Canada. That could start it off. That could help.
Caribbean Body, are you gonna start sharing and guys, purchase the book? hand it around, send people to the website. Matter of fact, Caribbean Body, you can even do that. Tell them to check out his website. There's so much of his work on there. Also, he has a YouTube channel. Tell us about the YouTube channel.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, Mia, I've got my own podcast on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Delay TV. And I drop it's a storytelling podcast, and I drop it every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I drop treats on Fridays. I just drop you a little treat. I may drop a new episode. And I got exclusive stuff on Patreon, like the Delay After Dark, where you can see adult conversations for those you know that are interested in that type of content. I'm just loading you up with shit. I'm just loading you up with a bunch of stuff to watch Delay in. That's it.
So good. That's gonna be my new Netflix and chill for a little while.
Yeah.
You're gonna be on my screen a lot.
I like that. I like that.
So a Caribbean Body says the internet can be mean ASF. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. But like I said, you don't have to read everything. You don't have to read it all.
Somebody says, I'll bring my comfy chair to your show. Oh, that was Caribbean Body again. Who else? Queen Neela, how are you as well? She says, hey. Trying to put a 6-city tour together, big bro. Rodney Bingham is talking to you.
Oh, Rodney Bingham. Okay. Trying to put a 6-city tour together. Okay. DM me. Let's shop it. DM me. Let's shop it up.
Reach out by DM for all business contact.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, here comes Jay. Guess what? The host is coming in finally.
All right. Okay.
He left me all alone, and I thought I was going to mess this up.
And you handled it.
I did?
You handled your business, Mia. Yes, you did.
I'm so glad. I did not want to mess it. Like, you were like my favorite person. So when I knew you were coming and he told me he was going to be late, I'm like, how could you do this to me?
Don't trip. We
Welcome,
good.
Guys. Hello.
How you doing,
the
brother?
host is on the road, must be, because we can't see you.
Yeah, I am currently on the road right now, so I do apologize for the late delay and me not actually showing my face at the moment.
It's all good. I understand things happen.
Yeah, life
happens.
happens.
Bit of a curveball. So
is everything
okay?
I'm
trying to get in as soon as everything's fine. It's just trying to get back. You know, I was in Puerto Rico, so get back and I'm catching up with things, trying to get things done. So on my way home finally now. But I realized by the time I get home, it'd be like 1:30 in the morning, and obviously the live would be over.
But he wanted to see you too, Delay, because he's like, it's gonna be over, so I gotta pop in.
Hey, well, listen, this is what we can do. We can reschedule another one. We can do another one. We can have everybody get ample amount of time so we can get it off. We can do it again.
Yeah, anytime. You know what? You know the shows are Sundays and Thursdays, so anytime you want to come, I'm giving you special privileges. I'm just telling you, I'm gonna bump you up the line.
Okay.
So you tell us what works for you.
I'm with that.
And I got you.
Okay.
If you can definitely tell us what time works for you, that'd be great, man. Like I said, I really want to be in this. Unfortunately, circumstances change.
Yeah. Your signal's going in and out. Okay.
Yeah.
Your signal's in and out, Jay, but
I think it's because my phone is jumping from tower to tower.
That's okay. Just we're glad you stopped in. Be safe. Please get home in one piece, because like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on right now around the country. Hurricanes have hit. This is the day for it. This is the day for problems. So It's nice that we were the fact that we were just able to be here. Again, my dad's a preacher, so I'm gonna say it like he says it. The day that you woke up, just be thankful for that, because everybody didn't wake up today. So no matter what problems you run into, you're still here.
That's definitely true. Mia, I meant to tell you that September 5th is open. I think that's a Thursday, so if that works for him, he can, he can definitely come in. I know for a fact September 5th is open.
No problem. I'll hit him through DM, and we'll top it up and see what works.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat posted the website, guys. Look at the chat. www. For those of you who cannot hear me, since I have water on my camera. You thought I forgot?
She got water on her phone. I love my son. Oh, I love
Hurricane Ida.
Hurricane Ida's on her phone.
Has water on my camera. It's delay.com. That's ITSD Delta L Lima A Alpha I India. It's delay.com. There's also patron.com /it's delay. And his YouTube, you can search him by searching his name. It's T.B.T. So everything super simple, super easy to find him, guys. Like up some of those videos on YouTube. Remember, run the numbers up because that is the algorithm with YouTube. The more likes you get, the more they show you. So please push this brother because he is an amazing man. I'm telling you, if you don't know him yet, I'm not gonna bring anybody in front of you and hype somebody that y'all gonna be looking at me crazy for. Y'all need to check this man out because yeah.
I appreciate it, Mia. I really appreciate your words. You always come in, you know the right thing to say. You are a preacher's daughter. Y'all know the
That's why I
exact
said I'm an
thing
introvert,
to
but
say. Y'all just
this
know.
just kind of comes to me naturally. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
y'all
I'd
just
be
know.
nervous. I'd be so nervous, but it just kind of comes out naturally. So I guess
Yeah.
business.
You do not seem nervous.
No, you don't seem
Not
nervous
an
at
ounce
all.
of you seem
Oh,
nervous.
I am.
No, not at all.
I am.
Like you
Let's
just come
see.
out so flawlessly with it, and you see the way I couldn't come out the way you are. That'd be something I have to pull on a piece of paper and rehearse it.
Jay Wright, shoot your shot. I've been watching you. Hey, brother, keep putting that damn thing up. You keep shooting. Don't you stop.
You said she is a beautiful beast for real. I am a beast when it comes to business. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, and I tell people that in my personal life, man, I will be stuttering. I'll be sitting there. I won't even look up. I'll be like, hi. But when it comes to business, put me in a business perspective, and I don't care who it is. Tell me I need you to handle some business with this person. I'm immediately, hi, I'm Mia, and I'm gonna help you with this, this, and that. What do you need from me? Like, it's just business for me. It's so easy. That's the part that comes easy. But yes, I am still a nervous human being, guys. So somebody's trying to come up. Okay, Rams and Mature is trying to come up. So I'm gonna bring him up. Remember, you got to talk to our
Excuse me,
guests
y'all.
when you come up. You can't just come up and sit.
Thank you.
So you can come on up. I have hit accept. If you can catch the signal. Hi, Rams. And now we're a whole Brady bunch. Rams, are you gonna say anything to our guests?
Rams don't speak English. I promise you, Rams don't speak English.
No.
Mia, I bet you $100 right now that this man does not speak English.
I'm gonna lose, and I know I'm gonna lose. That's why I'm gonna say I don't
Guarantee
even
you're
need
gonna
anything because
lose.
I'm gonna lose.
You're
If I say
going to, and here's the deal. His Wi-Fi worse than yours. His
Wow. No, he did.
Wi-Fi.
he got us looking
No,
at
he
the
didn't.
floor, man.
Man, that's not a floor, Mia. That's a ceiling.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh God, please don't judge
You
me.
mean to tell me you can't tell that man? Hey, bro,
I'm just
she
gonna
thought
put
that was
my
your
script up,
floor.
and I'm just
Tell
going,
that woman that's your ceiling.
bro. You gotta say something.
He
Ellen's
don't
like, what's
speak
going
English.
on?
You don't understand. Listen, you have to gesture. You got to do some shit like this. You gotta.
But you know what? The only reason I'm gonna let him stay is because he's not acting up. He may just not speak English, and he put you up to the top, and I wanted you to be not under the words because he
Right.
couldn't see you, and that was annoying me.
Get his ass
So he can
out.
sit there as a placeholder as long as he's quiet. How do you move to? Oh no, we just
He's out
lost
of
him.
there. Good. He got him out of there.
Yeah, he's
But
gone.
listen, Mia, this what
I know my
I love to
Wi-Fi.
do, Mia. I would love to get back on you guys' show. I'll confirm with you in the next couple of days if the fifth works.
Yes.
But absolutely, we can get back on the horn and make this thing happen when everybody's in at the same time, and we can make the thing work.
That would
But
be.
I enjoyed this. And to say you're nervous, you're a great actress because I don't see the nervousness in you, and I
Oh,
appreciate you
I
as
am.
always.
And I'm gonna tell you, like every time when I knew you were coming, like I said, I snatched out the extensions.
Oh,
I'm
you
like,
put it
okay, I had
together.
to fix myself.
I
I gotta
like it.
look
You put
good,
it
not
together.
yet.
You put it together, Mia. I like it.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for joining us again. I know you have to go. You said a half hour.
Yes.
Again, guys, you can visit his website at www.itsdlay.com. That's itsdlai.com. Please check him out on YouTube. Run a search for itsdlai. Like up those videos. Have a look at his amazing acting career and comedy work. It spans years. And this
I need
man
to get that book.
also helped our veterans and our people in the Army and the Marines or wherever it was he went to. He helped bring joy to our guards and our national
Yeah, I gotta get his book.
yes, please purchase his
Definitely
book.
gotta get his book.
You can pick it up on the site. It's itsdlay.com, right?
Yes.
Yes. So guys, purchase that. Please support your brother. Again,
Thank
you
y'all
can
for
buy
having me.
cigarettes, you can buy a movie ticket, you can buy liquor. If you can buy everything that does not give you a return, buy something that might mentally give you a return. Pick up his book. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank you, Queen.
Delay.
Hit me up, Mia. Thank you, brother.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
And you have a wonderful night. And thank you so much for joining. All right, guys, that was our guest for the night. And there's a couple of people trying to come up, so I'm going to let them pop on up here. 100 US dollars. The Savvy Millennial says 100 US dollars. I'm not taking that check because I already know I'm going to lose. When people come on
Hey, what's
here
up,
and I see
everybody?
they're in another country, I already know.
I know I this is a whole lot.
What's up?
Hello. How you doing?
Mr. J. Wright says, I'm sorry, one of you is super loud. I don't know who it is. And two of you I can't even see. I think one of them is our host, so I'm gonna let that slide.
Does my camera work?
Yes. I'm sorry, it's just loud. I don't know who's the loudest right now because I don't know how to knock people down that aren't saying anything. You got one black screen on the bottom. How do you knock people down, guys? I don't know how. I know how to do a lot of things, but not that.
So,
I'm trying to
Mia,
figure
can
it
you
out.
hear me still or no?
I can, Jay, but I'm trying. The person down in the bottom corner is not saying or doing anything. They just got a black screen. So I've appreciated if you could just stand down for us so that we can put somebody in that spot because we do have people waiting to come up. And right now, someone is trying to speak, and it's really hard to hear. And they're not going to cam down.
I know it for a fact. I know I'm in the top corner.
Well, at least we can see you. Mr. J. Wright says, go Navy. You smashed that promo. Thank you, Jay. I try my best. Like I said, I may not be good at everything, but business, that is something I can handle for anybody. Like, I'm in my element when you ask me to handle business. So you in the right corner. What's your name?
I'm John.
John. Hi, John. So, yes, thank you so much for joining us on the Black Table. Was there anything you wanted to discuss? We got another half hour of the show. Even though our guest had to go, he will be back. So don't worry, guys. He'll be here again.
I was just curious. You were mentioning your book, and I was curious as far as your book, as far as like on kids and mental health. Like, how did you get started, and like what motivated you?
That's a very, very smart question. And I'm
That's actually some good questions we asked there. I'm actually
yeah, the reason I started writing a kid's book, or I wanted to do a series, is going to be, it's called the You Matter series, because I feel like that depression in children is not addressed the way it should be. I feel like we address it in adults more. If you have depression or you're going through something, you can just go get a therapist, right? And I'm not saying that there aren't therapists for children, but a lot of the times, and I've seen this so many times on Twitter, on all these platforms where children are on there talking about before they go kill themselves. And I know this is a sensitive subject. They will post all over social media their problems and their own parents aren't listening. And I have children. I'm a single mother who was a victim of domestic violence. And so my children had to live through that. And my oldest ones are really going through some stuff as teenagers. Yes, I have teenage children. I'm almost 40 years old, so don't judge. And, the minute people hear you're a single mom, they immediately think, oh, why? Oh, another one of them. Well, unfortunately, some of us don't have a choice. When someone has a mental problem and they won't do any better or they won't change, there's not a whole lot we can do to fix that. The only thing we can do is try to work around it and just keep it moving. And so when my children wound up in therapy behind the things that their father had done, I decided that I wanted to make something. Because it was hitting so close to home, I wanted to do something that had a lasting impact, that even showed them that, hey, mommy sees you, mommy hears you, and mommy cares. But it's not just mommy's children. There's thousands, if not millions, of people around the world, children, teenagers, and everybody that have these same problems. And I think that a book would address that. But I know it's not going to solve every problem overnight. But it would just be nice to hear that you care. And I ran the book through a focus group. A focus group, for those of you that don't know, is complete strangers who read your work before it's published to give you an honest opinion about how they feel about it, whether they would buy it, what they think the impact is on it. And every single member of the focus group that read the very first book told me that they either wanted to frame it. They said, I know so many mothers who need to read this, or it made me cry. And the book is basically, it starts up with the child sitting, talking to his mother, saying, I don't feel important. I don't feel like I matter. Nobody likes me. And just saying that almost brings me emotion, because there are so many people in this world. Children start off one way. They're born with a heart of gold. But as they get older and they start really realizing how this world is, their heart gets colder, because they realize that people make fun of you. for things that you have no control over. None of us have any control over how we were born, what family we were born into, whether we were born rich or poor, whether we were born with defects, you know, or things that
Right.
are wrong with us mentally or physically. And as a baby, you don't see that. But when you start to get older and people point at you, that makes you hurt. And nobody seems to really give a crap about it with children, because children are doing it to each other. There's no way that we
Right.
should have 12 and 13-year-olds committing suicide. That should just not
Right.
be happening.
Yeah.
And so throughout the book, this mother is telling her child, you are far from useless. You are amazing. And she's giving him a poem that's to help get him through his bad days. And he's like, Mommy, well, what kind of days am I going to have? And she's like, this will get you through the bad days, the worst of days, the ones that lead us to the best of days. And then she starts reciting the poem and telling him how special he is, and how in all the lands and all the seas, there's only one you, there's only one me. We pick the flowers and smell the roses, but it doesn't matter the size of our noses or legs or cheeks or ears or thighs, the color of our skin, the color of our eyes. None of that is anything that we have control over, but each one of us is special. And that is what this book goes on to tell people. It tells them, don't you realize you exist for a reason, so you cannot give up. And I've even had this conversation with adults, and I've told them that, you know, we say that nobody wants to help a hateful adult or a hateful child. Humility is what puts you in the place of a child. So even if you're an adult, reading this book will do you some good. And that was the vein I wanted to write it in. I wanted adults to feel something too, and I wanted them to share it with their children. And I think I've hit the mark on that because, and somebody else is trying to come up, so let me see if I can let him up. And I think I've hit the mark on that because, like I said, all of the focus members are adults, and they have all either been moved to tears and told me they want to frame it and put it on their wall, or they've asked me. I even have some contacts in Australia who asked me, was I going to be able to put the book over there? I had a Spanish person ask me, can you please translate that into my language? So I know it's a slow process because of COVID. Everything got slowed down, but I am determined to publish this book. And it will be one of a series. It'll be You Matter, and then Friends Matter, Family Matters, Kindness Matters, everything that, and at the very end of it all, life matters, because it's not just about people. You know, we think that it's okay to kill like animals over in Africa and different places. All life is important, you know, and it's here for a reason. And we're just murdering and strip mining land and just taking everything of good away. We behave like a virus. A lot of us, you take everything of good away, and then you move on and you keep doing that, and you strip this earth down. And this earth is alive. It's living and breathing, I was always taught, because that's how we got here. That's how we're able to grow food out of it. If it wasn't alive, it wouldn't be able to support life, you know, but we're killing everything around us. And I know that's a fact because even in California, where my family is actually originally from, the cities, the sky should not be bright orange and brown during the day. You're breathing that in. You know, it's just,
I'm from California. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, you know, and that's worrisome because I don't know if you remember the London fog. I think it was of 1912 or something like that. But the London fog was this giant, massive fog cloud that took over the London city. Over in, it took over the whole city. And at first people just thought it was fog and no big deal. But people started having lung problems, and they started having to wear masks similar to what we're doing right now, or what they had to do during the Spanish flu. But it was because that smog was so, it was so polluted, and it was so, I forget the right word I want to say for it, but it was really, really bad for your lungs. And it was really bad for your body, and it started making people sick, and it started killing people. So I keep trying to let DJ Lavish up. I keep hitting accept, DJ. I don't know if you're getting the invitation to join, but I am so sorry if, again, I'm in Mississippi.
Well,
don't y'all make fun of me.
Thanks for diving into your passion. I appreciate it. One more question.
You for asking.
Yeah. One more question, just because I'm really heavy into writing. Like, how did you go into the business aspects of actually starting, or not starting, but publishing your book?
The business aspect. So I'm doing the self-publishing route because and I can give you a referral if you ever want to write a book and you want someone to kind of give you a guide. I didn't go to school for any of this stuff. And a lot of us are self-taught. You know, you can learn anything on the internet if you just know where to look and who to look to. And so with writing, I started out writing and I'm like, okay, I'm pretty good at this. But I didn't realize, because I actually wrote another book before the children's book called The Pandora Effect. It's not published yet, but it's basically a novel that looks at, it basically is like everybody's life is a Pandora's box. And if you know anything about Pandora, you know she opened it up and let all the ugliest things into the world. And there was only hope left at the end. And we all choose to open our Pandora's box every day and decide what we will let into the world by the way we behave. And so this book is mythic realism. It's basically It's things that could happen in real life, but there's a fantasy aspect of when people die. What if your life became a living hell based on how you behaved with your box? And the real Pandora was the one who ran purgatory. And her brother Prometheus and all of these mythical characters come together in a modern day 2020 version of what would happen if you treated the world the way you didn't want to be treated, and then you lost everything, but you had a memory of everything you lost, but you had to watch your children be raised by somebody else. You had to watch, you had to go find your husband who worked a six-figure job, and now he works at a 7-Eleven and he doesn't remember you. And you woke up in an alley with the homeless people that you hated so much. But before the end of the book, I don't want to ruin, I'm not going to spoil the whole story.
Yeah, it sounds really good. Yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I can get it turned into a movie at some point. But like I said, I'm so close to publishing. I am, but we had to go through it. And that's the thing about the publishing process. I'm going to warn everybody. It will kick your butt more than the writing, because you think you have a great story and that editor will rip through it and tell you this needs to be changed. Why did you say this 3 times? You're going to bore people. This is not a script. This is a book. People will get bored. And Stephen King is a good example. Everybody knows Stephen King is an amazing author, but people still to this day say his writing is long and drawn out, but he can get away with that because he's Stephen King. No-name authors, when he first started, and this is for me reading his history, I may not have it exactly right, but when Stephen King first started, a lot of his books got rejected because people just didn't like them, but he kept going back. So do not give up just because you get a rejection. If you have a good idea, keep it going. Put your ideas on paper, even if you come back to them later, because most of my ideas, believe it or not, I dream them up. I literally dream up ideas and books and things, and then I just start scribbling them down.
Well,
I'm like,
it starts up here first. It starts up here, yeah.
Yep. And
I just wanted to say I did my publishing through BMI. Like, so as a journalist, like I'll mostly write and then like publish them, and then like sound like a way to get paid, kind of.
Yeah. Are you on Amazon at all, or any of those like platforms?
No, because I mostly do articles. So
no,
not yet.
Good, though. I get it.
Not yet. Yeah, not yet.
But I was gonna say the quickest way and the cheapest way they say to publish an actual, literary fiction, beyond an article, like an actual, if you want to do a full book, is to start with digital publishing, because you don't have to pay for the prints until somebody wants a print. Now, me personally, I do want hard copies of my book because I plan to tour and travel, and like I said, I'm very good at business, and I don't know why I'm good at it, because nobody ever taught me. It's just something that's in me. I'm one of those people that just knows when I'm good at something. And even though, and I'm humble about it too, because I tell people all the time, I could be fooling myself. So
the
do not lie to me.
Effect does sound good. I'm sorry to cut you off. They're
That's
going in. Yeah, it does sound really good though. Right.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm really excited to get that one published for you guys. So I'm
cool.
I'm gonna bring it up later, I promise, when it's published, so that you guys can go have an honest read of it and let me know what you think of it. Caribbean Body says it's a great book. Caribbean Body was actually on my focus team. And even though we're going back through the last round of edits, so I'm going to need you to read it again. She very much got into it. She would be like, I'm reading it and I'm asking so many questions, and then I keep going and I'm like, okay, I need to stop asking questions because that was answered. And my original editor did the exact same thing. She would ask me questions and be like, why did you write this? I'm like, can you please just keep reading? That is the biggest piece of advice I can give anyone.
Make it to the end.
Yes, when it's a good book, you're going to have questions and they're going to get answered before the end. But don't judge a book because you don't understand something until you put all the pieces of it together. Because when it comes together, man, does it come together. There's everything in this book, from school shootings to depression to drug use to everything. And that's why I said there's a lot of real life aspects put into a fantastic world that you are going to love. There are car accidents, and I mean, those scenes are so beautifully written that I was proud of them after we got through fixing them up. Like, we've got so much stuff that I don't want to give it away, but it is such a good book. And at the end of it all, you've got people who were started off one way and then they get flipped into totally opposite characters. If one was peddling drugs, now you're addicted to them. If another was looking down on the homeless, now you are one of the homeless, and you're sitting here amongst them realizing how horrible of a person you are, because you have to listen at their war stories, because every homeless person has a story. They weren't homeless at first. Everybody was born into a home. Nobody's born homeless, and even if you are, you're put into a shelter or something is given to you, but at some point they lost everything, And I'm telling you, some parts of that book, even my editor, as she was reading it, told me, she was like, you really wrote this so American. She was like, and the things that go on in that country, because my editor was actually from Sweden. And she was like, the way you wrote this, I got moved to tears at certain points. Like, most of the time you see a school shooter as a boy, right? It's usually men that are shooters. My shooter is a girl. but
Oh,
there's a
wow.
whole storyline behind it. And that's why I said I'm not going to ruin anything by naming
Yeah,
names
yeah,
or anything like that.
don't ruin it. Yeah, yeah. You got a lot of good
Yes.
pieces going on. Yeah.
Yes. And so at the end of it all, there's the window into the world where Pandora is watching everyone and she's trying to give everybody a chance, because I took that from my biblical thing of where I was taught that God is merciful. Mercy doesn't never run out. It never runs out, but time runs out. And when you run out of time, God can love you to death. But if he put a time limit on something and you won't stop, it's time for you to go. And that's the point where everybody was just, it's like a buildup. There's a peak in the book where you know something bad is about to happen. And you're like, just stop, just stop, just stop. And they just keep going. And finally, everything ends and then it begins again.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's when it really flips. So
Man, that sounds like a cycle. That sounds good, though. Well, I got to get out of here. It was
thank you
great
so
speaking with
much.
you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And what's your name? What's your username?
The Savvy Millennial.
The Savvy Millennial. Guys, please follow
Yes.
the Savvy Millennial. He is a writer. Tell him what you do.
Yes, I'm a writer, journalist. I do like video edits, but mostly journalism. All original. Yeah.
So guys, you hear that? Video editing. If you need some editing work done, hit up the Savvy Millennial. Please follow him. Can you put your name in the chat? Because it doesn't, well, it comes up at the top too, but just in case they miss it, because I do this every time. I'm like, where's your name? And it's right there at the top. You guys can click on the Savvy Millennial's name and follow him. Matter of fact, I am trying to follow him right now. Actually, I think I am following him. Yeah, I think I am following you.
Awesome.
But if I'm not, I will be after today. So
Okay.
yeah, this is a great way for us to network, guys. You see, this amazing man just came in here to tell us more about his work and the things that he's into. There are so many business people on Instagram. You guys need to take advantage of this, because if you're not needing work, you can learn from people. That's what I've learned. Everything that I've learned, I self-taught from the internet and listening at intelligent people like this man. So thank you so much for joining us. And you said your name was John, right?
Yes, John.
Yes. Thank you, John, so much for joining us. Guys, follow the Savvy Millennial. John will be glad to have you. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to hit up the DMs. We will get back to you as quickly as we can. Be respectful, be kind, be courteous. And remember, if you're going through depression, I say this at the end of every show because I know you're about to leave, but if you're going through any kind of depression or sadness, before you make a crazy choice, hit the DMs. We will do our best to pull you back down. And remember, you are never alone in this world. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you.
All right, guys, does anyone else want to come up? I'm just reading through the comments. I think we may have missed a little something here.
You may have to kick me off. I don't know how to
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
I don't even know how to kick you off. I'm sorry. I have not figured that out.
Oh, yeah, I got
how
it.
to move people from the chat.
I think I know how to leave.
I'm trying to figure it out, though, because is there even a way to do that? I can invite people. Okay.
I think there is.
Yeah, we got to figure that out, because sometimes people come up and just sit and hold a spot, and they may have walked away from their phone. They may not have a signal, and they don't even realize we're talking to them. There needs to be something there. There has to be some way to do that.
Yeah, I think there is a way of doing that. I'm just not sure how to do it.
Philip, is that Flip? No, Flip the Promoter. Yes, it is a great book. And like I said, I'm not just hyping it because it's my work, because sometimes, honestly, I look at the things that I've written and I take a step back from them and it feels like an out-of-body experience. It's like I'm reading someone else's work. I don't even know how to explain that. I don't know what that is, but I am told that creative-minded people often dream up ideas, and I don't think they come from me. I don't know if they're coming from the world around me, because everything is feelings and vibrations and things in the air. But when they come to me, I try to write them down now, because I used to dream up music. I used to see people in my dreams that I've never met in real life. I used to hear songs that I've never heard that don't even exist. And when I started telling people, they're like, why are you not putting this stuff on paper? Why are you just letting it go? And so I started it and I said, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I know exactly what you feel about that outer body experience, especially me being a musical artist. When I write my own songs and I sit back and, I put the work in, do the engineering and everything, stand back and listen to it. And it's just like, yo, I wrote that. Like, I definitely know what you mean. That's an experience definitely a creator will only know.
Yeah. It's a weird feeling. Like, guys, it's hard to explain. And we are some of the most humble people you're ever going to meet. When we talk about our business, then we're on it and it makes us sound prideful, but it's because we know so much about that subject. But as individuals, if you were to come to me or Jay or even Delay, like, you guys have no idea how down to earth that man is. And he's a famous comedian. He has been in movies. I've seen the clips. He's just done so much. And he is one of the most down to earth people I have ever met. And I just absolutely love that about this generation. A lot
I
of
am
us
so
are just,
bummed out that I did not catch that I am not gonna lie. I am a bit bummed out about that one.
Well, it'll be on the recording at least. You know, you can come snatch it. You always find a way to steal the link. So go ahead, sneaky link it away. I know that's not what a sneaky link is. I'm not that old, but I'm just using it in a nicer way.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely want to. I definitely would like to chat with him. So hopefully he can come back soon.
Oh, yeah.
But I really was looking forward to talking to him about basically his career and everything. So I'm gonna definitely go back and watch the audio and video.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's why I said I was so excited to have him on. Give me 1 second, guys. Pulling some things over. But yeah, I was very excited to have him on here because I knew he was going to have a lot to say. And let's see, what are you guys talking about in the chat? It's an emotional roller coaster. Oh, Caribbean Body is talking about the book again. Yes, that's why I said she was actually on my focus group. And a focus group is basically going to read your work, and they're going to give you an honest opinion of it because they're a stranger to it. So they're always going to tell you the truth about how they felt about it. And so far, even though we've had to redo it multiple times, I have had many focus members. Hi, I'm going to mispronounce this. Give me 2 seconds. I always say Isla. It is Isla. I don't speak Spanish, poquito hable más, but I am trying, guys. I suck at pronunciation of Spanish words, but I'm good with English. Hi, Isla Nena. Thank you so much for coming. And you guys, do you have any questions or do you want to come up? If you want to jump on, we've got about 10 more minutes. Again, our guest tonight, he will be back. I was so thankful to get him. I knew he was only going to be here half an hour, but I just knew that was going to be the best half hour. And did you guys not have fun? Wasn't that like the most fun when he came in? And I cannot wait till he comes back again. So yeah, Jay, you're spinning again. Jay, yeah. Yep, you're totally out of signal.
Like the audio is good.
Yeah, I can't understand anything you're saying. I'm sorry. No, the audio is bad. All I heard was the audio, and then it's like warbling very, very badly, and it's just spinning that little circle over and over again. Yes, Caribbean Body, it was. This was so much fun. That's why I said some of you guys we're definitely going to bring back again because, you know, you've got more stuff going on in your careers, and we want to follow your career path. We don't want to just see you once. We want to know what you're doing tomorrow, what new things you want to discuss. And that's why I said, hit us up in the DMs. Let us know when you're ready to come back. We will put you on the calendar and we will get you right in. Thursday's guest, I do want to mention, is an amazing UK singer. Her name is Aziza. And her full screen name or username on here, I believe, is Aziza J, Jaye, Aziiza. Jaye, I believe is her name on here. But you guys just watch for the promos because I will be posting them in my Instagram stories, and we will be advertising all over the place for her. So guys, please show up, show some love, and come back and join us again on Thursday for Aziza J. Like we've got about 10 more minutes left. Yeah. So yeah, if there's, and you, Jay, are still in and out. I can hear you a little bit better now, but you're trying. You're trying.
I'm trying. I'm in the boondocks right now. I'm trying to get. I'm not in the city area, so it's horrible out here.
I'm always in the boondocks. You should have heard the comments. I was getting roasted when D-Lay came in. He was like, "You guys just leave her alone." They were like, "You got water on your camera." I'm like, "I'm in the middle of Hurricane Ida."
Yeah, I can't do like I'm not a city like. So I'm from the city, but I can't stand living in the city, but I can't live in the boondocks either.
Yeah, I'm not exactly a fan of it. And like I said, the reason I'm here right now is because, you know, it was a parental move. There's nothing I could do about it at that point. But once I get published and once things really get moving, I definitely intend to move because, like D-Lay was saying, the country is not a place for somebody like me. And I know that. I've been told that multiple times by many people.
Yeah, it's not like that for neither one of us. It's definitely not like that for neither one of us. And I think like where I'm at, I'm in between. I'm in between the country and city. But where I'm at is not the spot I need to be at to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And that's
I mean, we live and learn.
The internet gives you a window. The internet gives you a window to be able to kind of put your work out there and show off some of what you're capable of. But in order to really come up, you can't just stay behind a camera. I mean, don't get me wrong. You got so many YouTubers and everybody that are literally making millions of dollars off the internet. We're not even going to talk about, I forget his name, but I'm going to try to get him on this show. I have to try. The black guy that just is now worth $2 million for simply posting people's stupidity and pointing out that how stupid it is.
Yes.
Like,
and you know what's crazy is that he doesn't talk at all. So I'm wondering if he was to get on the show, would he even speak? Because I have no idea what he sounds like.
I don't know, but I hope he speaks English. I really do, because I think he's from another country. That's why I said I hope he speaks English, because I actually think he's from over in like South Africa or someplace, or Nigeria. But either way, I am definitely going to be reaching out to him and blowing his DMs up at some point soon. But we've got such a lineup. Like I said, Aziza J is coming on Thursday. We've got Andre Columbus coming on next Sunday. Right behind him, we're going to try to get the poet brother GKL on here, because he just published a book. I have read his poetry and it is amazing. I want him on here to talk about that. We are just lining people up. So
I know we got Sports the Wave guy. He's coming right after
yes,
Andre. So
yes. So yeah, we've got
it's a few people who are definitely lined up, and so I look forward to it. And like you said, have people revisit. It'll be a good thing.
Absolutely. And guys, if you want to see the lineup and want to know who's coming so you can see your favorite people, because a lot of these folks, some of you may not have heard of, but I'm telling you, some of these folks have thousands, if not millions of viewers. Somebody's heard of them. So if you want to see if it's somebody you recognize or know, or a new talent you want to discover, go to www.the, is it Official J Simmons, the Official J? Give them the website.
Official J Simmons. So when you write that in, write the word official, the letter J Simmons with 2 M's.com. Or you can just follow me and go to my bio, and my link is right there.
Yes. So officialjsimmons.com, guys. That's the letter J, SIMM, like Mary, OENS. It's www.officialjsimmons.com. On the front page, if you scroll down, you can see the current lineup. It'll be like maybe 5 or 6 per page, and then we'll start rotating them out as they go. But yeah, we've got a whole lineup. And like I said, D-Lay is coming back, guys. If you loved him tonight, just look out, because he's going to be back on the calendar again soon, and I will be DMing him to see what works best for him. So I know you guys were loving him. There were so many people in this room. I think we got like 40 people, 50, something like that at one point.
I think when I popped in, it was like 40 or 50 people in when I popped in.
And that's what I said. That's what we can see, because we all know that Instagram does not accurately report everybody that's listening. We've seen that.
Well, we found that out last week. Or we found that out on our premiere, that how IG is moving. So we're going to let IG have it for now.
Well, you know what? I don't even care if they don't report the accurate number, as long as people are seeing it. That is what is important. So again, guys, we've got about 3 minutes left. Jay, please get home safely. Again, I know you're not in hurricane territory, but still, the world is a scary place right now. Thank you guys.
Very, very scary place.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate your candor. We always appreciate when you guys jump in and interact with us. We love an interactive audience. This is not to sit there and we tell you when to applause. As long as you are respectful, come up, interact with our guests, ask the questions you want to ask. If you're introverted like me, I know you can't tell I am, but I am an absolute introvert. I'm just good at business. If you want to ask a question in the chat, feel free to just reach out by chat, and we will reach right back out and grab those questions. If we miss your question or we take too long, repost it, and we will grab it, because sometimes chat scrolls kind of fast. But we absolutely want you to remember, at the Black Table, you are all royalty, you matter, and we appreciate and love each and every one of you for your support. Because remember, when you support the Black Table, you support one another, because that's what we do. We support you. So tune in next week, and we will be back. Again, we're down to about 2 minutes. So if anybody has any last minute things, or Jay, is there anything you want to wrap up with?
So I do apologize for not being able to get in, and I do apologize if my internet is a bit spotty right now, as I am driving. But for those of you, like I said, like Mia said, definitely we do appreciate you guys interacting and coming in and showing love and things like that. First of all, we had a vision when we put this together. We just didn't expect it to spiral so big so quickly, and I do appreciate that, guys. If you guys, for any reason, need a friend, an ear, a listening ear, for whatever the case may be, make sure you tap out to me and Mia. We definitely are here for you via DM. So make sure you do that. We're down to earth people, so you ain't got to worry about, oh, this person is snooty and this person is snooty. Like Mia said, we're both good at business. So if you have a business question, I have a business question, whatever, feel free to ask us. We have no problem answering. Mia is more probably on the book side and the publishing side. Me, I'm more on the music side and, entrepreneur stuff. So if it comes down to a book, you definitely want to ask Mia. Publishing, same thing. So, just feel free, don't hold back. Definitely don't hold back. We want you guys to be here and be at the table, be talking about things, and shoot, if we hope to see you on the calendar for next week if possible. So absolutely. Definitely join in.
Yep. Well, I think that's it, guys. It is now 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. midnight Eastern. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Black Table. Please tune in. This is Sunday. Our next show will be Thursday. Every Sunday and Thursday, tune in at 10 Central, 11 Eastern time, and we will have more guests, more to talk about, and more to share with you guys. Thank you so much for coming and joining us on the Black Table. Have a wonderful
And
night.
turn them
Not
notifications
forget.
on. Turn them notifications on,
Guys
people.
heard that.
Turn them on.
Turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything that we post or any shows that we have. Again, go to www.itsdelay.com. That's itsdlai.com. Pick up a copy of that book. It's only a few dollars, but it can change your life. It can make you happier. It can make you feel something. And in this world, we all need to feel something. So support your brother. Go get his book and check out his YouTube channel. It's Delay. Everything. Just search it and you will find some amazing things. I laugh every time I see him. And I am so glad he was able to come here tonight. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, audience. Thank you, Jay. Get home safe. And everybody have a wonderful night. That'll do it for us at the Black Table.
Yeah. You good night.